What's up? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Andrew. I'm trying to get my game back in shape, and I'm putting the ball so poorly in the last couple money games that I've played at my course. We're gonna have a little putting day, and we're gonna try to fix this and hopefully help your putting while we're at it. Like I was saying back in the garage, we've got a weekly game here now on Fridays at Southampton, which is awesome because I'm trying to get my game back in competitive shape. It's no surprise that I lost the plot. I may have worked really hard on my physical game after the injury, but my mental game is terrible, and I just struggle to play golf competitively and to focus and to think. So I've been doing a lot of work in 2020 so far on my routine, on my focus, on my thought process out there. But what's kind of fallen down by the wayside is my putting. I'm putting like shit. Putting's usually one of the strongest parts of my game. So today's video, I'm gonna take you through just a bunch of the drills and games and things that I do throughout the year when my putting is getting a little bit wonky, if you will. So this is a bit of like a putting boot camp. First thing I'm doing right now is I'm actually putting my old putter in the bag for my practice. Maybe I'll play with it on Friday, I'm not sure. I love Spider X, but I'm putting my old putter in the bag right now for all of my work for a few reasons. One, it's really nice to just look at something different. I've been missing a lot of putts, just making bad strokes with Spider X, so looking at something different, that's obviously a good thing. The way that this putter works, it's a little more upright, and it just keeps my hands a little bit higher. And what's been happening with Spider X is I noticed my hands have been getting a little bit low. The putter's been getting a little off track and way inside. So now I've got a different putter in the bag that keeps the hands a little bit higher, which is what I want, and it helps me get the putter tracking back a little more straight than this little bad stroke that I'm making. And this is something that I always use when I'm struggling with my putting, is I'm gonna get on some sort of training aid. Some people use a mirror, some people use alignment sticks. Like, really, it doesn't really matter which one you're using, but I love the Vizio putting template. It keeps my stroke in the proper arc, and there's a lot of checkpoints on here that are really gonna give me feedback if I'm doing things wrong. I'm getting it kind of yanked a little on the inside. So I have tees on the inside of the arc, so if I make a bad stroke, I hit these tees, and then I'm gonna hit them coming back. And then I've got a gate right here to make sure I'm starting the putt on line, and there's a lot of instant feedback if I don't make a good stroke. Try to make, let's say, 20 of these. Let's see there, I hit the tee, I hit this tee right here, kind of on the back, so it's just a little, the stroke just isn't pure, it's a little jerky. A real good key for this is much like on the golf course. It's about like clearing your mind and just letting it happen. If you're thinking too much about the technical things, about missing the tee or starting on line, you're getting in your own head, and then you're just gonna make bad strokes. And that's oftentimes what happens out on the golf course. And that's kind of what I've been doing on the golf course, is thinking about my stroke and just making bad strokes. But that's why the next one is really going to get us away from thinking about our stroke and just making it happen. Cue time lapse for 20. Okay, that's 20. And I mean, it's hard to have seen it in the time lapse, but what doing this over a bit of time does is inadvertently makes you stop moving, stop thinking, because the minute you're moving, trying to look at it, you're missing these putts, and it's a test in your patience. But when you start executing, it feels really, really good. But now I'm gonna move into something that's a lot more feel-based and hardly technical whatsoever. So the next little drill or setup I'll do when I'm really struggling with my putting is, you'll notice how I'm just making strokes looking at you, and they're pretty free-flowing. Not even paying attention to them, just letting them happen. So that's what I'm gonna do from here. I'm just gonna take some strokes, hit some putts, looking at the hole, and just let my natural athletic instinct take over. Not think about stroke, not think about anything, but just kind of set it up, and then and your feel becomes really, really good. Like, I hit that one off the heel, and I could tell right away. When you're not looking at the putter head, you can really feel it. And like that one was dead off the center, and that felt so good. So this is not necessarily about how many makes. This is just maybe hit X amount of putts while looking at the hole, just to get a feel of solid contact, seeing the putt go in if it goes in, and just not thinking about your putting stroke. That one was great. It didn't go in, but I felt like I made a really, really good stroke. So hitting putts, looking at the hole, it's very Bob Rotella, but it's very, very good. It just gets you thinking about everything but your stroke. Maybe 50 of these, just to get a feel of all those good things. And one thing that, say if I were to take video of this or look at this video, my stroke ends up getting a lot shorter and more accelerating, whereas sometimes when I start putting poorly, I get really long back and just really kind of out of sync stroke. That felt so good. Whatever, a little high on the line. Now we've moved on to drill number 4. I'm a left-hand dominant putter, so I'm going to hit a handful of putts left-handed. When I am putting really bad, I can't control the putter just with one hand. It starts going like this. It just gets really, really nasty. So I'm going to hit one-hand putts. And again, it kind of calms me down. The stroke gets better rhythm to it. I stay a lot stiller. And I, surprise, surprise, seem to make a lot of putts. So whatever hand you are dominant in, this one-hand drill. Tiger is a right-handed putter, and you've seen over the years he's always come back to hitting putts one-handed just to kind of get things in order. I like it, obviously, with my left hand. And then the stroke, the ball, the roll just seems so good. I'll put my hand behind my back, or I'll put it on my shoulder just to make sure I'm not kind of tipping up. I don't do all of these on any given day, but I'll do a selection of them, because I think if I were to do a full day of all of these drills, it would just get kind of convoluted, and what you gain from one particular drill over another just gets all mixed together. So typically I'll do like an aid, like the putting mat or a tee gate, and one-handed for sure, because I know my miss. I know when I get going bad is when I stop stroking it well, so I need that left hand to get back in control. And this drill is probably one of my favorites. Drill or game number 5. This one is, I like to call it the Nick Faldo. Anyone's a little bit older or more my age or remembers Nick Faldo when he was really in his prime, he used to hit putts and like hold it for the longest time. So this is one where I've stretched it out a little closer to 10 feet, and I'm basically not looking up until I hear that putt go in. Didn't go in. But this is something that, again, gets the body really, really quiet. There's a lot to gain from it, but we're not paying too much attention to whether or not they go in. So whether you want to pick a spot you're looking at or just stay super cognizant of staying still, I like to think of keeping my the buttons on my shirt still. Whatever works for you, you just want to stay super still and then not move after impact. This one you can kind of do it by how many makes. We're not paying attention to the makes, but like in terms of how long you want to do it for, X amount of balls, or maybe 10 makes, 20 makes, what have you. Just whatever length of time that keeps you really focused on what you're doing, and that you'll gain something from doing this drill. This drill, we'll call it the stick drill. Who cares? Call it whatever you want. A little bit more on the technical side, but there's a lot of feel to gain from it. I'm going to take an alignment stick and I'm going to hold it alongside of my putter, because what I want when I putt, I want the butt end of my grip pointing at my belly button. Like I said earlier, my hands start getting kind of low when I get a little sloppy, and when my hands get low, it's easy for the putter head to get on the inside and just the rhythm to get out of whack, and all kinds of bad stuff happens. So what I'll do is I'll take an alignment stick, just hold it here, essentially an extension of the grip. I'm not gonna put it in my belly button, I'm just gonna point it at my belly button, because what I want, I feel like the grip essentially points at my belly button the whole time. Not like a belly putter, I never used a belly putter, but what Dan and I have done to my stroke over the last couple of years, keeping the hands a little more upright and allowing me to feel like I'm almost like hitting a push draw with putts, and it comes back to pointing at the belly button. So I'll hit putts like this, and if I get out of whack, the alignment stick's gonna hit the stick if the rhythm gets all jerky. So there's just a few things that are really good to gain from this drill. You didn't hear anything. You just heard the strike. But now if I get a little jerky or a little poor rhythm, you should hear the stick hit the shaft. Or not. I guess I'm just making good strokes. That's a good sign, because when I was doing this like a week ago, you would hear the stick hit the stroke right at impact, so it means I was doing something at impact, whereas now things are a lot calmer. And yes, this is exactly how I want to finish. I understand the grip's not pointing at my belly button anymore. It's a feel. I don't want it obviously like this, but it's just a good feel of keep it pointing at the belly button and then you release it. So this is technical, but it's also a feel thing. And I've really fallen in love with this drill of lately. It's just helped me feel exactly what I want. I could do it just with the left hand. It just gets the putter moving the way I want it to move. Final thing for our putting boot camp is grab your putter, grab one ball, and essentially all I'm doing is I'm just throwing the golf ball down, random spot, kind of inside like a 25-foot circle from the hole, hit the putt. Go through my routine, hit the putt, and I want to make 10. Whatever happens with that first putt, go up to the hole, pick it up, knock it away, boom, some other direction, 10 feet, 20 feet, whatever it is. I just want to end my putting work real golf simulation. So sometimes I might give myself a shorter one, sometimes a longer one, but I want to end with 10 makes, and that's exactly what we're going to do right now. One thing I forgot to mention about that drill is it is a test for your mental, because if you're hitting good putts and they're not going in, it's very easy to get frustrated. And once you get frustrated, you're gonna start hitting bad putts and you're gonna be there for a long time to hit the number you set. All right, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.